arrange it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first Digital Dollar Substack Live. If you just join us, I'm Anthony. I run a Substack publication called Solopreneur Code. I have here with one of the most well-known Substack writer in Substack now for AI, Wyndo, right? So um, I'll, I think, yeah, Wyndo, I'll leave it to you to do a bit of a self-introduction.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Anthony. Hey everyone, my name is Wyndo. I run Substack called AI Maker. So the whole idea is basically helping people to learn and also like apply AI workflow with more practical insights and tips that you can take away and directly copy and also like apply in your daily workflow. So that's the whole idea. So yeah, I've been running the newsletter exactly today. I turned 1 year for
Oh, okay.
for my
Congrats.
yeah. Yeah. I just turned 1 year for my newsletter. So yeah, it has been wild ride so far. Uh, yeah, really great to basically connect with a lot of people here on Substack and growing as well as like writing the things that I enjoy the most, which is that's like the privilege or like the things that I've super grateful for. Because the whole idea is just like me being curious about AI and then share things with my readers. So I think like that's the whole loop of dopamine that basically keeps me going like
Okay.
this 1 year. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very interesting that you use dopamine to describe how you keep things going.
yeah, exactly.
But guys, don't be misled. When he say the growth is wow, is an understatement. So in 1 year he grew to 15,000 subscriber, right? If you compare to me, I think at my 1 year mark, I was at about I think 4,000 subscriber,
Mm,
right? Of course, just in to be frank and fair enough, right? Different Substack with different topic
right.
has its different growth trajectory, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can't really compare apple with orange, right? So
yeah.
and as you know, guys, now the hot topic is AI. So naturally, the following growth trajectory is a little bit more steeper for AI based Substack. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I would agree. Like I couldn't get these 15K subscribers if I don't write about AI and everything like in especially for me, like I follow all of the news on X and like the whole my feed or like for you page is about AI, nothing else. So
Yeah.
whenever I open it, it's just like AI and AI. And then on the Substack as well, on my feed is all AI. Well, some I think in some way also like I find other feeds that talk about maybe writing, maybe business. But yeah, for sure, I think the growth trajectory is really depends on your niche, and you cannot like compare it apple to apple with other niche. So I guess like because the whole wave is about AI now, so I'm just riding the wave and yeah it reflects with the growth. So yeah, maybe also like maybe I think like coming or like coming at the right time is also one of like the growth hack that people might ignore because like because like sometimes you see a lot of people saying like I how I grew from 0 to 10,000, but they don't really tell like, oh, because like you talk about the things that people actually really looking for or like the trending that has been going on. I think that's also like the thing that you need to consider whenever you want to write or grow something. So yeah, I don't want to neglect all of this trend. Basically, that's also the reason
Yeah.
I grew so fast as well.
Yeah. So for the 24 of you watching, I think the best thing is always to look at yourself, compare with yourself, right? Instead of
Exactly.
always compare your why this person has 10,000, why this person has 50,000 subscribers, right? And then you grow and grow based on your own growth journey, right? So going back here, it's the same. When we talk about first digital dollar, it is again every line have to emphasize it's not crypto,
Yeah.
right? It is first digital dollar earned online. And then what I do is from January to June, I interview one contributor a week, right? And then each contributor will share with us his or her journey, their offer, their struggles, their thought processes, everything right before and after they earn the first digital dollar. Why I use first digital dollar is because while the internet is always promoting about their 10K month, 20K months, 50K month, I
Yeah.
think a lot
Crazy.
of people neglect the fact that it is the first $1 or $2 that actually changes the mindset of how we operate. I recall when before I earned my first digital dollars was $4.90 August 2023, right? And then before that, I have questions, I have doubts, I keep asking myself, am I doing this correctly? Blah blah blah. But after I
Yeah.
earned my first digital dollar, everything snapped. Everything was, oh, actually, it is possible, right? So, which is why today I have on board here Wyndo, right? So if you guys haven't read his post, it was posted on Solopreneur Code. Check it out. You don't even need to subscribe to read. You can just read it, and then if you like it, then you subscribe, and then of course, you can subscribe to AI Maker. All right. So Wyndo, first question for you. I read the post. It was very interesting. It is. I want to ask you when that first client pay you $500. Um, and then you said it was proven. What at the moment? What were you thinking?
Yeah. So previously, back in 2023, so I actually quit my job and then I took like a sabbatical for a few months before I'm basically trying to run a business or like becoming freelancer, you could say, right?
Yeah.
And yeah,
But first
one
you
of
started off doing you haven't go into Substack yet, right?
no, no, no,
Yeah.
I haven't gone into Substack yet. So
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like how I can make money as fast as possible, right? Which is I think the only way. So there are two ways that you can make money online, whether you build a product or like you sell a service, right? That's how I approach it. And then like I think the fastest way is basically to sell a service where you can go like using Upwork or like you can reach out to people and sell your service. And back then I used LinkedIn to basically try to reach out to people and some way building my personal brand. But back then, what because like I enjoy writing so much, and I think like I took couple of like digital course back then before I think 2023, and basically it taught me like to sell a service to email for like digital creators at that time. But I also didn't know like what type of creators that I want to approach. And eventually I end up with this guy. I think he has a big audience, like I think 200K on LinkedIn. And I managed to close him, but it only charged me like I only charged him like 500 for I think 8 emails, like a email sequence that I made for him. But it took me maybe like 6 to 8 months to basically get my first clients. It's really hard. It's really hard and a lot of like rejections in the when I try to cold outreach people out of nowhere on LinkedIn, right? And it took me like 6 to 8 months before I finally close him, and I charged him 500, and I wrote like email sequence for him. And yeah, I think that's kind of like first the first like real digital dollar that I could collect. And yeah, I think that gives me like a confidence boost to basically, okay, if I can get like 500, then I should be able to get more, right? So I think that's the kind of like I'm not sure like even I really not sure like even I could say there's a inflection point, because for me the inflection point for me is on the AI maker stuff, because I at that time I still wasn't sure like whether this is like sustainable, whether this is like whether I could do this like very long term. But yeah, it somehow it gave me confidence boost then, and it kind of like pushed me to get more clients eventually, before I pivot to AI maker a year ago.
Yeah, I think also the questions. I mean, if I imagine myself in your shoe, then my next question will like it will definitely be sustainability,
Mhm.
right? Um, yeah, I think I mean I agree with you. Even Alex Hamamuzi has said before that if you come into if you become a solopreneur or whatever, not or one person business, the fastest way to get your first digital dollar is actually service.
Yeah,
Right. And then online, actually there are a lot of people talking about the framework. First you do free. I
yeah,
think
is
you have no choice but to do free, because without free then you don't have a testimony, you don't have referral, you don't have proven work, blah blah blah. Right. So when you get your first deal, then of course, if I were you in your shoe, then my first question is the next question for me is really, can I do it sustainably?
yeah,
Sustainably, right? So, do you run into the issue as well? Like, first of all, can I increase 500 to 1,000? Right.
yeah, yeah.
Then next is, can I guarantee next month I'll get another client?
Yeah. That question keep ringing in my head basically, because like yeah, I didn't know like whether this is sustainable or not, and also like whether I can close another clients or not, because like sometimes at the back of my head like maybe this is just lucky, and this is not really repeatable. But again, like if you want to be a business, you need to make sure like you have the whole pipeline of your sales pipeline ready. And when I look at like, so I have like this sheet that tracks like how many people that I reach out and how many people actually respond, and eventually
Okay,
how
you're a
many
very
that I have.
systematic person.
Yeah, yeah. How many of them actually I share like a Loom call, like a Loom recording call, just to pitch them and eventually get them in the call and eventually close them. So there are like multiple funnels that actually uh, I track like every day, and but the funnel is just like total shit. Is very low. Like conversion rate is very low, and that's why I keep as like questioning myself, whether I could do this over long term. Like looking at the funnel is just so bad. But eventually, again, this is not like easy. It takes like months before I get my first client, and then I think it took like another 3 months to get the second client, which
Yeah,
which
that
I
was my
charged.
second question. Wow, the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
question I want to ask you.
The the it took me like 3 months to get the 2 to 3 months to get the second client, which I charged 2,000 for the whole like lead magnet and email sequence. So it's more like a packaging. So it's not like email sequence, it's more like packaging.
The
And I
whole,
write
the
the
whole,
whole landing page, the
but the,
setup,
the,
the
the product is theirs, right?
yeah, yeah.
But you
Yeah,
help them create the lead magnet and the
yes.
sequencing. Yeah.
No, but also the product, I write the product for
Oh,
them as well. So
okay.
it's the whole package. So he's a career coach. Uh, he's a career coach, and then I write like is kind of like the lead magnet, the landing page, as well as the email sequence, like from day one until day 8, I guess. So and eventually it directs to his Calendly link to book a coaching call, and also like it directs to his ebook, I guess. Like yeah, I think it's ebook or
Mm.
like digital products. But the whole email and landing page and everything that people see from his LinkedIn account until it closed his clients. I built it
The
for
whole,
him. Yeah,
okay.
the whole package,
Mm.
and I charge it like for. Sorry, it's not the 2,000. It's 1,500.
Yeah.
It's the so from 500 it jumped to 1,500,
Mm.
and then and it took another 3 to 4 months to basically
To get another one.
to get the 1,500 to 2,000 eventually.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, yeah, which is also like another question that actually ringing in my head whether like I can upsell this or not to another person. But yeah, eventually I got the jump from 1,500 to 2,000. But again, like if you look back, basically this is it takes me maybe like 1 year or like maybe 8 to 10 months to get all of this. But it's really not sustainable. And eventually, yeah, it get uh yeah, based on the post that I wrote, basically I told like this is not sustainable, and also like I don't really enjoy writing for other people because you have like a scope that you still need to follow. You have some guidelines that you need to follow. Where the 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 reason that I wanted to build the business is basically so I can
Do
build
what you
things
want.
on my own. Yeah, the way that I want, or like the things that I really enjoy as well. And and yeah, and those kind of like a question is are not aligned with whatever I was doing back then, which is for other selling a service for other people. While I want more freedom on the things that I want to do and things that I want to talk about, right? But at that time, I've been following AI, but not yet really doing something meaningful or something that really tangible for my business.
Mm,
So yeah, and then yeah, keep questioning that. Eventually, I pivot and yeah,
okay.
and start the AI maker.
Can we hold the pivot first? I think I want to bring back 2 points that I think both of us agree on. The first point is for those of you who are doing service related product, right? That means service as a product. I think it is super critically important that you have a pipeline, right?
Yeah,
Um, but the problem is while you're focusing on completing the work, then you don't have time to do lead gen, right? So,
yeah,
you for anyone doing service, you really need to balance this aspect. Of course, then now, fast forward to today, I'm sure there are AI solutions to help us with lead gen and possibly all the way until even since you're doing Loom call, Loom recording, so you can even bring potential clients to view the Loom and then close off with uh, uh, arranging a meetup with you over Calendly,
yeah,
right? So all the
yeah,
way can be lined up. So guys, if you are doing service related stuff as a product, don't you really need to juggle these two, and there's no way around it. So I
yeah,
think this is very important. And then the next one is really sustainability. Um, I when I first started, I also do a bit of service. I actually help client do lead magnet when I first started. Right, so um, the trick to it, guys, is you find big influencers and
yeah,
feed them.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure you agree with me. Why big influencers need your help is because they don't need your help. It's just that they are too busy to do this mundane stuff, right? They have big stuff to do, right? But they want lead magnet. In fact, the big players, they have like 20, 30, 40 lead magnets just to lead to their high ticket offer, right?
mhm.
So if you pitch them the idea that hey, I can create lead magnet for you, they will take it, right? So yeah, you agree with me? That's
Yeah,
why
yeah, yeah.
I actually pitch to the big. Uh,
Yeah. So it's a quite counterintuitive for sure, because like we thought like let's say if you just getting started and you thought like okay, maybe I get like I'm try, I'm looking for like a smaller creators
yeah,
or like smaller clients, but you can go like wild like into the big ones, but you can offer for free in return for the testimonial or referrals,
yep,
or you can charge like really cheap just to get your feet wet,
yep,
basically. So I think that's a yeah, because like the snowballing effect of it, I think that's kind of like the thing that you want to aim for.
Yep.
because once you get his testimonial and then his referral, then it's way easier to get the another clients. Yeah, I think that's kind of like contradictory, but I think it can be done for sure, even though you don't have a name yet when
Yep.
you just getting started.
Yeah. In fact, the trick is just go to the biggest player in your field and tell them
Yeah,
that, hey, I first I just started. I need some testimony and I'm willing to do it for you free.
yeah,
And I guarantee you 80% they'll say, yeah, just do it.
yeah. Yeah, because like yeah, yeah, because like, it's so easy, and then and you can, and I think that there is a part of us that just getting started also want to fulfill everything.
Yes.
So yeah, I think from there, yeah, is easier for the other person to say yes because like we have something to prove, and we want to do this extra mile for sure.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, so we can close off that part. So guys, if you are just started, you want to go into service, these are the few considerations you really need to consider. If not, if you earn 500 this month, another 500 3 months later, you'll find it to be very, very you'll struggle a lot, and then you start questioning yourself, right? So I
Yeah,
think this is very important. Okay, at which point, window, which point do you like, because we always say, when you want to do something, do it consistently, persist, don't give up, right? Right.
yeah,
But then, but then, but then in the real world, we need to be smart
mhm,
enough to know when we want to pivot,
yeah.
right? So at which point you actually feel that way.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that statement as well because, like, if let's say we heard about a lot like advice on entrepreneurship, so because like you cannot give up, you cannot quit. But I think the bigger, if we take a step back and the bigger picture is, yes, you cannot give up or quit, but along the way, you cannot give up on the pursuit of like your goals, but you can give up or quit for the things that you do if it doesn't, or like quit in sense of like pivot. While basically in if we take a step back, you're still doing the thing that you tell yourself to do, right? But in order to get there, there are so many ways that we can play around. So the moment that I quit is basically because I no longer enjoy the things that I do because I really hate, just to be clear, I really hate sales call and reaching out to people. Is I really hate this that process. I don't really enjoy it, and cold outreach people and doing the sales call, like everything around the sales stuff. I don't really enjoy it, and I just want to build stuff, or like I just want to write or like build stuff. That's the thing that I really enjoy, or like share my stuff on the internet. That's the thing that I really enjoy, or like build products, right? Instead of like doing this sales stuff, and also like following whatever the clients want. So I that's why I think if I no longer enjoy this, then I need to find some ways that the things that I'm willing to pursue, or also like sacrifice, while also I can enjoy the process even though it is hard. So that's why I would just write or like build stuff rather than doing cold outreach and doing this whole sales process. So I think this is I could say like this is the suffering that I'm willing to pursue rather than the other suffering on the sales calls process stuff. So yeah, you just need to choose your suffering. So I would just I would just doing this writing and following all of the AI news while keep myself updated rather than this whole sales process that I was doing earlier.
Okay. So when you make the shift, do you already know that you want to use Substack, or do you like compare Beehive, and then a few others?
Y- yeah. So previously I've been on Substack before, but it's more like a silent reader, right? So I just follow some people, and I look up for people like Lenny Rakitsky, and also like back then Justin Wells is that so part of like the inspirations. Justin Wells and also like uh Dan Cole as well.
Yeah. Two
Those
of them
people.
just joined last year.
Yeah, just joined last year. But I guess I think I would say like my earlier inspiration is basically Lenny Rachiski because he built like his audience on Substack and he charged like money subscriptions, and that's the thing that I willing to aim for instead of like building a coaching or like building yeah, I think most of creators also like building a coaching or course, but in some way, the way that I look up basically Rani Rajeski is he's just writing like every week and doing this monthly subscription. I think it's really suitable the way that I want to work because like I don't need to answer to anyone
Yeah.
while while I still need to answer like to my customers for sure, right? But it's not like I have a client or like I have a boss that I need to answer for. So the kind of direction, the way that Lady Nasiski is doing, is really inspired me to basically okay, how I can copy whatever he's doing, but with my own style, with my own niche. So and
Yeah.
then I kind of like reverse engineer everything that he's doing, and then try to replicate okay, where I can suit my style of writing, where I can suit my business or like the things that I enjoy, and then follow whatever he is doing. So yeah, I did like a comparison, but again, because I have so much of inspiration from Lenny, and then I just start Substack because in some way Substack has like this top of the funnel, which is on the notes section.
Yeah.
So I don't need to basically be on X or LinkedIn yet, at least at that moment, and just focus on Substack and get people from there and just focus on the writing stuff, and eventually people will come. So that's kind of like the rough idea how I got started. It's not like, but I don't have a like clear plan. What should I do and so on. I just write the things that I enjoy and keep posting on notes. And yeah, people, yeah, the fortunately people come and they enjoy my writing, and then yeah,
Yeah.
the growth.
Yeah. Your based on your current model, is monetization of the newsletter your primary model, or do you have or you treat it like part of the funnel or something?
Yeah. So currently the only monetization model I have is on the pay subscriptions, which is
Mm.
$10. Uh, and I also have the so previously before I turn the paid subscriptions, I was just writing for free, right, for the 6 months, and then there are 10 people that pledge to my subscription, and then it gave me like confidence boost. Okay, then okay, how I can add more value of my writing that people can take away, that people can use, and eventually I built this maker labs, which basically consists of like a blueprints that people can take away and take example. So the main idea is basically when you join the maker labs, then you have these blueprints that you can use. So it's not only the prompt or like it's not only the tools, it's more like a package that you can do and help you in your daily workflow. So the it looks like the funnel comes from like my free posts, and eventually people who enjoy the free posts convert into the paid subscriptions. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the typical funnel, but I don't have like a lead magnet and or everything. I don't have like as well like a complex funnel or email sequence and everything. No, I don't have those. It's just like the typical funnel is just like people enjoy my free posts and eventually they become paid subscribers. That's it. I don't have like complex lead magnet or funnel.
Yeah, I think this the wish list of almost everybody
Yeah,
to
yeah,
keep it as simple as possible,
yeah,
right? And then yet able to make sufficient earnings and do it sustainably, Right? I think that's important. Unlike you, I mean, most of the followers who follow me, you know that Substack is amounts to maybe 5 to 10% of my revenue.
Yeah,
What I usually do is I lead my followers through a journey, right? So they learn, then
yeah,
they apply, and then some of them just don't want to apply. They just want to have the system, and therefore they will purchase my digital product. Right,
yeah,
it's more, and then so a lot of writers in Substack call me the Gumroad guru, right? So,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, my that's my real engine, which is Gumroad, and then uh, and unlike you, my email sequence can be as much as 20 email
Oh, okay.
spread over six
So
months.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I think it really depends on the business model, right?
Yeah,
Because I noticed like some of creators basically just run a free post and the way they monetize through Gumroad,
yeah,
which is what you are doing. And then I think that's a beauty of it because like you don't have to be in this content treadmill every week because this is the thing that I'm currently feeling because I'm in
yeah.
this
Keep churning,
content treadmill. Yeah, because I need to
right?
publish like every week, right? I need to add more value. I need to think like beyond the surface level, or how I can integrate these AI tools, or like how I can connect this AI tool with between each other
Yeah,
and make
coming to that,
the
I'm still very amazed at how much testing you need to do
yeah
in a week to come up
yeah
one post.
yeah exactly yeah exactly. It's not turns out it's not for sure like it's not like really easy job and I feel some way that I'm stuck in this content treadmill because I need to publish, I need to test everything because like it's not like because like it's also like it's not like I know everything and I still need to learn like how these AI tools works and I still need to do this experimenting before I can write something. So the process is more like me experimenting and then eventually I learn and eventually I share. But since like because of this content treadmill is basically I still need to come up with novel ideas every week. So that's the challenge that I'm having in every week. Every single week, there's a challenge that I'm having. And some part of me like, what if I just create digital products and then let it run like over long term is on and just writing a free post, which is way easier. But
No, you should do both.
yeah, or should do yeah, but the thing is because of this AI hype. Whenever I write something, I learn something new. So
And then you
it
just
just
roll and roll.
yeah, it's just going on, and this is the thing that I mentioned earlier, which is the dopamine loop. So this the thing that keeps me going every time because like okay, if I write something new, then people will come subscribe, and some of them become my paid subscriber, and then during this process as well, I learn something new, and then I share something new, and I got paid subscriber something new. So the whole this loop, like every week, is kind of like a circling around. And this is the things that I keeps me going as well. So I can for sure I cannot complain because I think it's really great when seeing the numbers going up every week while also I learn something new every week. So that's like the whole this dopamine loop that I keep receiving every week. So yeah, I think and I saw like because I like writing, so I enjoy this. So this is also like the suffering that I'm willing to pursue every week. So yeah, I cannot complain, but yeah, totally grateful as well. But again, like it's not like easy job, and I still need to keep this every week. Sometimes I also have having this kind of like issue where what should I write for the next week because like every week I still need to come up with new thing and then sometimes in some days I couldn't find any good ideas to write and I need to run research and everything before I come up with new things.
Especially when your
So
one single post already so comprehensive and cover everything already.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the whole challenge. But yeah, but I cannot complain. It's just I like doing it. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is that I wish for when I take Lenny Rashiski as the inspiration. Or maybe this is the life of
Yeah.
Lenny Rashiski, but maybe it's more 10x for him because I think he's all over the place and he has the podcast and everything. But yeah, this is just baby steps
Yeah.
towards to the inspiration
Yeah.
that I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Some idea for you. If any one of you follow all my newsletter, you realize that I'm probably one of the few Substack creators out there that actually combine my digital product with post. So
Yeah.
when you are my paid subscriber, you actually can download some of my digital products right from Substack. Right. So I think I'm one of the few to actually start it. And then I start the Netflix model whereby every digital product I create, I just pump it into Substack paid membership. Right.
Right.
So the paid
Yeah.
subscriber will consistently get new digital product and get posts and get knowledge and frameworks and stuff like that, tools, everything. Right. So I think that's a good idea for you because instead of just keep pumping um, posts, you can sometimes add in some digital
Y-
products.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
another good idea to pursue as well. Yeah, because like if I don't have to keep up with all of these content treadmill as well,
Yeah.
and just build product that can be valuable over time.
Yeah,
I
because
think
you see,
that's
like you wrote one post about Notebook LM, for example, right?
yeah,
But you write so comprehensively in one post already.
yeah, yeah,
Then you already drain f- you drain one whole month of content into one post already.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Then
yeah.
then you realize next week I need to think of something else.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly what I'm feeling right now. Okay, I need to think more on the next week.
Yeah.
But also one thing that I realized for the big creators out there, so even for Lenny Rajiski, right? And I think I saw like a Peter Yang is also a big one.
Yes.
One thing I noticed, they don't really post the paid contents. They post paid content less likely,
Yes.
but the thing that they offer is basically a partnership with other products or like AI products. So if you join, so
Yeah, I noticed that for Peter Yang. Peter Yang he
yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
editor, yeah. So
Yeah.
you have okay, so you have archive for sure as the benefits of getting paid, becoming paid subscribers, but also like you have other products as a partnership
Mm.
that you can also use for discount and everything, right?
Yeah.
So the Peter Yang or like Lenny doesn't have to post paid content every week,
Yeah.
and they can just stack the benefit
Yes.
from the partnership and the past archive and yeah, I don't know what else the product that they have,
So
but
they just take
yep,
the
yeah,
subscription.
yes, exactly. And they,
Yeah.
they just run this podcast every week. I
And talk
think
about it.
that's yeah, that's more yeah, you can have more sanity in your life, I guess, without having this stuck in this content treadmill. Yeah, I think that's another way. I don't know if I can go pursue on that way because like they're already big, right? So they have this leverage they can use. While for a growing smaller creators like me,
You're not
I
small
still
already.
I'm still 15K subscribers, not yet 100K, but yeah, I think it goes back the leverage that you can have as you go bigger. Maybe I need to play this over later down the line, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. Like maybe yeah, maybe I still need to find some time to basically okay if I can offer like partnership with other uh, products or like AI products, and
Yeah.
then I can stack more benefits and uh, not not having to publish every paid content every week.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's some of the ideas you can bounce around because I when I the first time I read all your notebook LM, I think you're a super fan of notebook LM. When I read your
Yeah,
notebook LM post, I was like, oh my god, you write so detailed, so much in one post. With that amount, I can actually split into three posts.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can split into like 3 weeks or like 2 weeks,
Yeah. So
and
like,
you're never running out of like content ideas.
correct.
But now,
Correct.
yeah, but now like yeah, I do have like a backlog, so many backlogs. But again, like I still need to ask myself, okay, can I write this? Okay, how can I test this? And what are the lessons that I can share to my
Yeah.
readers?
Talking about
Yeah.
backlog, I think one of the I mean, someone asked me before why I don't write so much AI. I keep a balance, 30% AI, 70% solopreneur stuff. Someone asked me before why I don't increase my AI because AI is the trendy
Mhm.
stuff, right? Then I always say I find it very difficult to keep up with AI content because they get
Mhm.
outdated so fast,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so when I heard you have a backlog, then I say, oh my god. Then when you prepare this, then by the time you want to post it, then some of the buttons and features already outdated. How
Yes.
how do you
Yeah.
how do you manage this to keep up of AI is the worst topic to write about as a
Yeah.
writer. It is good for a consumer, right? I read, I
Yeah.
enjoy, and I learn. But for someone to keep up with the changes and to write it out, I think is is a is a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
How do you keep
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, it's a lot because I also noticed some of my posts, some of
Already outdated.
my yeah, already updated. So that's kind of like a makes me need to think more. What are the things that have like longer lives, like longer sustainability? It shouldn't be outdated so fast.
Like
But
things like your notebook LM, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
like
the thing they launched the studio site
yeah,
so fast that I think your first two posts already outdated.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of the posts are already updated. So that's why I think I would go to like the thing is that I basically kind of shifted right now that I feel with myself is so I try to be build like I try to like share the AI tools that most people use, which is in this case Claude most of the time, or like Notebook LM or like I think uh or yeah I think mostly Cloud, but in some way I need to share more like a workflow that is not easy to be outdated soon. But again, like of course, it will be for sure outdated because like the technology is just going so fast. And and but in some way, also like I think the reason why people uh, follow me is because you can get ahead way faster, so you can get ahead and then you can learn a workflow way faster before it gets outdated. So I think in some way that the things that I want to share value to my audience is basically to get ahead and to get ahead so you can learn faster. While when the when the technology is become more advanced, then you are already there. So you don't have to learn again from like in the beginning in the beginner's mindset and I help yeah I was helping people to maybe in 2 3 months in the future and then before it gets outdated or like maybe 3 to 6 months in the future before it gets outdated so they can learn faster and then it makes them uh, have like a snowballing effect over time with the things that will launch in the future. But yeah, it's still kind of like in the yeah, it's still like a challenge for me as well because I couldn't predict the future, and some of the things that I write will, of course, will get outdated. But at least like I help people to get ahead more easily, and so they can have like learn more or like have more value over time with the things that they work on.
Mm. Next question is I saw this very interesting the learning flywheel, right? Turn
Yeah,
your writing into a learning flywheel. Learn, experiment, fail, improve, share, repeat.
yeah.
I think something like that. Later I copy paste put inside the chat. You want to explain a little bit? This I find this very interesting.
Yeah, and that's the whole my all of the dopamine
Yeah.
loop and the reason why I'm growing and writing this as well, right? Because without this loop, I don't think I would pursue this. Uh, I think yeah, I think it went back again with I think my interest over technology. So previously I work in tech, and I work as a product manager. So I really familiar with all of this technology thing, and with AI, I think the reason why I got so hooked with AI is because like I feel like I become superhuman. I have more capabilities to pursue, or like capabilities to do more things. And yeah, it's just like this feeling of like, yeah, I could say like superpower and more capabilities, and uh that gave me more energy to learn, to experiment, to build, and eventually share things to my readers. And yeah, and then and see my which is also like see my paid subscriber also growing, right? So it, yeah, I think this is like, I don't know what are things that the Japanese people tell about like the circle of like
Yeah.
the
Toyota,
things that what
the Toyota, the founders,
no
the
no the is it the Toyota, the one that you love the most, and the things that find you
Ikigai,
meaning?
Ikigai.
Yeah, the ikigai thing. I'm not sure whether it is ikigai, but I find like it's a really good loop where I learn and I can share, where I also like gain more income as well. So it's a, yeah, it's a good loop eventually. I think it's kind of overlapping with ikigai for sure. Uh, so yeah, I think that's the thing that I basically uh, get up every morning, and then just and then run through my X feed, run through like the newsletter. So I built like a research loop on my AI workspace, so I can just so every day there is this AI summaries that comes to my inbox, and that comes to my cloud, that cloud basically summarize every day. And then from there, I just like look through, okay, from here, what are the things that I can write about? What are the things that new that I need to experiment? What are the things that I can learn that also build my capabilities more? Then yeah, from there is just more all of this loop, like learning, experiment, and share. So yeah, that's the whole thing that keeps me going. Otherwise, if I don't find this, is really overwhelming. If you couldn't find the things that you enjoy, and so like maybe find some way to productize it. I think that's the key, right? Eventually, you need to you need you. I think eventually you shouldn't only consume. You should also productize everything that you've learned into something tangible that gives you a real tangible thing that you can receive, right? Which is in this case, growing my audience, also like growing my personal brand, and eventually converting them into customer. I think that's another important points that need to be highlighted. Uh, because like you can consume everything and you become overwhelmed and anxious, but also like in some way it's also productize. I also productize the things that I consume into something asset that is growing over time. I think that's that's the way that I look at it.
Yeah. So that's very important. I think you brought up something that is very close to my heart because I teach Ikigai
Yeah, yeah,
to all my trainees and mentees. For those of you first time hearing Ikigai is actually a four circle laid out Venn diagram. Four components. What you are good at, what you enjoy doing,
yeah,
right? And then the world needs it and they're willing to pay for it. I think this is
yeah,
the last part is something very, very important. Everybody must take note because there are a lot of things you like to do, there are a lot of things you enjoy doing, there are a lot of
yeah,
things everybody needs, but not everybody is willing to pay for it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The
Yeah,
last the
yeah.
last element is really hard.
Yeah, so while everybody always say, find your passion, do what you like to do, but you end of the day, you must always remember that whatever you do, whatever you productize, it has to be something someone needs and they are willing to pay for. Because if
Yeah,
they no, I mean, I give you an example. Everybody needs air, but nobody is willing to pay for air, right? So,
yeah,
so, so always be mindful of that. Okay, last question because we are reaching 1 hour window for those of the 55 audiences here who are who are stuck in the loop. right? They don't know how to earn their first digital dollar, or they earn their first digital dollar already, but they still cannot create a sustainable way. What advice do you have for them?
I yeah, I would start like as cliche as it is. I would start from like the things that you enjoy, or maybe not enjoy, maybe more like curious that you cannot stop thinking about it, and maybe somehow become kind of like obsessed about it. I think that's kind of the thing that I've had with AI for sure. You have I have this curiosity, high curiosity on this, and also like kind of obsessed. Okay, how okay, what are the things that I can do now that I couldn't do before, right? So it keeps like this question like keeps ringing in my head, and I think from there, once you have this curiosity or like obsession on things, then you can start because like it's because like you have this obsession or like curiosity, then whatever you do with it, you 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 will find another reason also. If you couldn't make money out of it yet, you still have a reason to basically keep doing it without getting money or like without getting income instantly. At least you have this kind of like energy to keep you going even though you don't make money right away. And then eventually I think so this is also the thing that I'm learn with the whole entrepreneurship or like building a business is basically like just do whatever the things that you create, just do it, and eventually you learn more in the process of doing it. Because like I because like at the beginning I wouldn't have this idea of like face transition yet. What are the things that I want to write? But it came from the process that I've written before. So I write AI and then eventually it becomes like a product or like a paid content that I can share. But it's not like in my plan in the beginning what type of the content that I wanted to write. It just emerged in the process of doing this, and then okay, oh, I realized based on my audience feedback, this is the thing that they struggle for, and it gives me an idea. Okay, this is the thing that I can add more value, and eventually it can be a product, it can be a paid content or everything. But I wouldn't get this insight if I don't start writing about it. So I think it's really important to do action, but action should come from your curiosity or your obsession. And then from there, just write the things that you enjoy. And eventually the product or like the idea or like the monetization will come along the way. And but again, that's not the thing that you plan for. At least for me, that's not the thing I'm planned for. It just came from my curiosity and my obsession, and eventually the products will come. But it has to be come from within. It shouldn't. I, I don't know. I don't know whether like I've seen like many times from creators that okay, if you want to build something, you need to find your niche, you need to find your products, you need to have like a clear plan on how the monetization strategy will look like. Of course that they are important, but for the beginner people, back then was me like for the people who actually still don't know yet what to write about or like what are the monetization or like the product that they want to build. If you follow this kind of framework, it just makes you more anxious and overthinking what are the things that you want to build. But for the beginner, I think it's just you just need to start from the things that you curious about and obsessed for, and then go from there. Not knowing what are the possibilities that you can unlock from there, but at least you have this action, and then the action will produce more informations and the feedback loop, and eventually becomes you have more clarity on the things that you want to pursue, and then yeah, you can build your product from there. But to overthink or like to create like a concrete plan in the beginning, I think it just makes you more overwhelming and anxious. So I wouldn't recommend that direction, but start from nature curiosity, I guess.
All right. So guys, you got it. one of the secrets that Windows share is find that one thing you are obsessed with, right? And then I
Yeah,
think what he brought up is also very true. If you find that one thing you are obsessed with, you 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 have a lesser chance of giving up. I think that's very important.
yeah. That's lesser chance of giving up. That's very important because like when once you start writing or like build stuff, you'll find more reason to quit because like it wouldn't go as you planned in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Especially when it
and
didn't go according to your plan.
yeah, yeah, it didn't go to according to your plan, and the only reason that keeps you going is basically the reason you start, which is following your curiosity, right? I
Yep,
think that's the most important lesson for me.
correct. Because I
Yeah.
remember once call me Notion AI guru, and I say no, I'm not. I'm just obsessed with it.
Yeah, you're just obsessed with it, and you'll find a reason, like an infinite reason to keep on doing it. So I
Yeah.
think that's really important.
Okay, okay. All right. So we come to the end of this live. Thank you everybody for joining us. As usual, this recording will be sent out even to free subscribers within the next 24 hours. So you haven't subscribed to myself or Window AI Maker, please subscribe on the top button. And then yeah, I look forward to the seeing you guys in the next one. Thank you, Window, for coming
Yeah, I
to this
really enjoy
one.
these conversations, and this is not about AI, which is like,
Yeah.
which is yeah, this is like the whole journey of like building some stuff in the internet, which is the thing that I also enjoy the
Yep.
most. So
Yep.
thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate
Okay.
these conversations.
Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next
Thank you,
one.
everyone.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.